bumping into walls and on one beer, but let's see if we can get her in here. Are you still here?
Well, hi everyone. Yeah, this is really exciting. How you guys doing tonight? I just want to talk to you. I'm really glad you had me on the show. Huh? Oh, it's good. We're good. It's hey, I'm really glad to be here tonight. I want to thank you, Juan, for letting me fill in for Cliff tonight. And I want to talk to you guys about, I know you guys are real hardcore Republicans. I know you guys are really you want that wall, you want borders, you want safety in America. I know you want all that stuff, but it's I would like to give you the Democrat perspective, and tell you a little bit about what we're doing. So I'm glad that you have me on tonight. But hey, first I'd like to have a beer.
Well, we usually don't promote alcohol on our show, but since you're a guest, I guess we'll allow it tonight.
Well, my husband's not around. And the reason I want to do this is because my Instagram video was such a great success, John, that, and everybody was talking about it and how well I did and how it looked like it was all natural. So I thought, well, why don't I do it again? I should always do this. So I thought, I'll come on here, have a beer, and we'll talk politics for the next hour. Now, I know you guys are really hardcore Republicans and you don't believe in all that crazy Democrat stuff, but let's talk about some politics. I'll give you my perspective, and maybe you can convince me, and maybe I can convince you. So, or if anybody has any comments they want to put up, who's out there? I don't know who's out there. Let's see who's out there. Well, we got 19, which is more than I had my last time I was doing.
That's more than you had at your last political event. What are you talking about?
Missy, I didn't have the lid loosened yet. And how's it going, Lee? And Missy, how's it going? I see you're out there. I want to say thank you for stopping by. And if you want to follow my Twitter, follow me on Instagram. We're going to do some amazing things. I'm going to be out in Iowa, and we're going to be in Delaware. We're going to do all kinds of things. So how's it going, Steve? How you doing? Steve, it's nice to have you here. What's going on, Barb? Juan, I know you guys let's talk about this wall. That's a big thing. Your president came on last night, and my girl and my guy Schumer came on, and they did their thing. And
wait a minute. He's not now, Elizabeth, he's not your president. I heard you just say your president. He's not your president?
First of all, Juan, I would like to know, am I drinking this beer correctly? I know I was getting a little...
Well, it's about your third one, because I had to go out and get another six-pack to keep you here, but yeah, you're hitting it pretty solid there, I'd say.
Now, a lot of people said, why am I drinking Michelob Ultra? I'm kind of slender. I look like I'm in shape, and I should be drinking a Sam Adams. I don't know. It was just what the prop guy, what was in my refrigerator. So, yeah, so that's why I'm drinking that. How's it going, Gloria? It's glad to have you here. I bet you've never been on an Elizabeth Warren website, but you're going to hear some crazy stuff tonight, guys. So, I'm sorry, Juan, what were you saying before we were interrupted by my alcoholism?
Oh, well, I just wanted to make sure that when you leave, that all of your stuff that you have tacked up on my wall there will be taken down.
We'll talk about that. You'll probably be converted by the end of this. So
no, I doubt that real seriously.
So last night, your president and
back up, Elizabeth. He's your president too, not just my president. He's the president of the United States of America.
Well,
when your side gets that under thick skull, then they will realize that there's only one president.
Hi, Sarah. How you doing? Well, we hear often about, what's going on and whose president it is and if he's doing a good job or a bad job. And, I'm adamantly opposed to pretty much anything he does. Even if he was to go and somehow cure cancer, I'm sure he would do it with the Russians' help. I'm sure he would somehow collude with the Russians or get something from the Northern Koreans or something like that. So I am adamantly opposed because I know deep down he's a bad person. He's a bad, bad person. And we cannot allow him to fester. And that's what you Republicans can't seem to get through your heads.
Oh, let's back up the Trump train here, Elizabeth. Now, I'm not down here slamming your party, and I don't appreciate
well,
you
my party's
slamming
perfect.
mine.
My party's perfect. My party was cheated. Do you understand that? One, cheated out of an election. Now, let's not worry about why Hillary didn't go to Michigan and why she didn't go to Minnesota and all that. That's all semantics. That's just travel plans. She was cheated out of an election. That's our position. That's our position. Now, hold on a second.
Now that she's filling her pie hole, that is only her position, not the Republican Party's position, or the Conservatives, or the Nationalist Party.
Hi, Buffy. How are you doing? I want to say hi, Buffy. And I know you guys are probably hardcore Republicans, and I don't mean to interrupt you, Juan, but these are really important people that I need to pull over to the Democrat side, even though I'm completely batshit crazy, and they know they'll never come over. I've got to try. I've got to make this look like it's perfectly natural. Do I look natural? Do I look natural? Is this all natural? I got my signs up here. I'm drinking my Michelob Ultra, which I don't even drink this stuff, but now I have to. Do you realize that, Juan? My prop guy handed me this. My husband didn't even want this beer because he knows we don't drink beer in the house. We drink kale and things like that. It's crazy. So what does Steve say? So does Richard Neal another waste? I don't know who that is. But anyways, you say that he's my president, he's your president, he's everybody's president. Well, I would say that a majority of the Americans don't want him as their president, and that's why we need to abolish the Electoral College. To hell with those people in Iowa. Now, I know I'm going to be going to Iowa pretty soon. And
you just left Iowa. Slow down on the juice and quit your rambling, but carry on.
I understand. But you know what? The Electoral College is there to support places like Delaware and Iowa and all the small states like Wyoming and Nevada and North Dakota and the South Dakota. That's why it's there. But I say to hell with those people. The only people that should matter in this country are the people in California and in New York. It's as simple as that. They're the smart people.
Slow down there, nasty woman.
I'm sorry.
We don't need all that shenanigans you're talking about.
I'm trying to educate your viewers about the Electoral College. Hey guys, and while you're on here...
First off, if we wanted an education from you, we would look in the funny papers on Sunday.
I will have you know that I am a professor of Harvard University. I am the first Indian American professor at Harvard University, whether it's 164th or 1024th or whatever it is, I have Indian blood. I want you to know that I am an Indian.
I would be more Indian with a pouch of Red Man chewing tobacco in my back pocket than you will ever be.
Well, you know what? It said, Jeff, how you doing? It says children should stay away from alcoholics. I agree with that. That's why I think you should vote me in and it'll all work out. And we'll let all these children come in from Mexico and it'll all be okay. But so now let's get back to this whole
one of our viewers there, Elizabeth, was talking about how nice your native complexion was.
You know what? We don't get a whole lot of sun up in my neck of the woods, especially during this time of the year. But usually during about May through August, I have a nice glow, and it looks much more Native American. So we'll just pass on that. Remember, it's cold. We got to stay inside the teepees. We can't go out. So, that's what's going on. Even Native Americans don't get sun when it's cold outside. It says, a Jeep is more Native American than me. Lee, that is terrible. How can you say such things? That is absolutely terrible. Now, I will ask you guys, while you're here, if you would mildly hit that like button and follow Cliff so when I'm on again. Now, next week, you're going to have another guest, aren't you, Juan?
Oh, yeah. Next week, we're going to have old shifty jaw-mouth Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi. Now, she's my girl. Nancy Pelosi, she has got it going on. I don't understand, where she gets her Botox from, but she must buy it in bulk. But she is a wonderful woman. She can change her positions. She's more shiftier than like like a chameleon. She's like one of those shift changers you see in those movies, you know, where she can be for a while one moment and not for another, and she can stand up for us crazy Democrats like she is like fluid. She is like a political ninja. She'll go from like no wall.
Slow down there, Elizabeth.
How's it going, David?
Getting a little wild on me over there. We've got some questions to start asking you. So, what did you think last night of the president's speech? We got to wait for her to finish killing this one.
The president's speech, I thought it was just horrendous. It was just like a campaign rally at the Oval Office, using the backdrop of the Oval Office. I thought was terrible. I thought it just seemed like I was at a Trump rally. Now, I will tell you that I have been to several Trump rallies. Now, most people wouldn't know it because I kind of go incognito, you know, wear disguise. It's almost like a Mission Impossible thing, one of those plastic masks. But I go to Trump rallies. And it's absolutely crazy. I thought, he's not saying anything new. He's not saying anything that, you know, but, you know, there's a sense of truth to it. And that's why it's damn hard for us Democrats to, you know, to counter it, because 5-8 years ago, we were for the wall because the wall was there to put up to stop people from taking the jobs of Black Americans and Latino Americans and people that were here legally. So we had to fight for a wall when it came to that. But once Trump got in office, then we had to flip. And we had to flip naturally because we have to be opposed to everything Trump was. Now, the one thing I wanted tonight, this interview to be, Juan, was authentic. Because they said I wasn't authentic enough in my last video. So I want to be authentic tonight. I want it to be authentic. So I want to be honest. I want to be truthful with the American public. Last time when we voted for a wall, it was because it was in the interest of the Democratic Party and for Americans that were low-wage earners. Now, we have to fight against that. We have to fight against the low-wage earners and the Black Americans and the African-American people and the Latinos and the people that have the low-skilled jobs, because it's what Trump wants. And we can't give Trump anything he wants because it will be considered a win. And we can't allow him to be anywhere possible close to the right answers. It doesn't matter what he says. Americans need to understand that we need to stop Trump at all costs, no matter what the cost, even if it's a suicide mission. We, the Democrats, are on a kamikaze mission to do nothing but stop Trump at all costs. Do you understand me?
Okay,
Juan?
Slow down your roll there.
I guess so.
I understand that what you're saying, and I know that it is really unreal that you people don't understand that a politician actually went to Washington and is keeping his campaign promises. I know that that's probably against the rules. We
don't keep promises as politicians.
I know it's against the political handbook, but he's doing what he said, and you all can't stand that. Now, what about those two dirtbags that came on the show after him, or after his speech? What did you think about Chuck and Nancy? I think she had her denture cream in last night. I didn't see much.
I'm sorry, how did you describe my dear friends?
Crying Chuck, and as my good friend Donald Trump would say, what do they call her? Spray can, or a squirt bottle. That's her new name, squirt bottle.
You know, I don't understand the hatred. I don't understand the hatred
that you all have against Donald Trump.
No, that's understandable. I don't understand the hatred that we have towards fine people like Nancy and Chuck. They're out there for the American people. Don't you understand that?
Chuck could have solved this shutdown in December. He closed the door on the 23rd and said he's not doing anything until Nancy gets the gavel back. So your government's not Trump's fault. The government is Schumer's fault, waiting for Nancy to do exactly what she did today.
Because I think you guys are all wrong. Did I ask you one? Do you want a beer?
No, I'm not drinking on the air. I told you we don't promote that stuff.
Here's the reality of this. The reality is that Chuck and Nancy are doing the wrong thing, but for the right reasons.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
They are doing the wrong thing, but for the right reasons. So it makes it right. Don't you understand that?
That's about it, as smart as saying, I'm going to quit drinking, but I'm not a quitter. Which is a little advice I'd be telling you over there.
You liberal, you don't understand the liberal position. You conservatives are all, it has to make sense. It has to be right. It has to be American. The Democrats don't think like that. We're progressive. We're so progressive that we do things. We have a weird way of making things happen. We do things so crazy because we know the end will make sense. And that's what is just boggling the minds of the conservative media and the Republicans. It's because we do things so crazy and so fucked up, but we know that we're doing it for the right reasons. Oh my God,
did you just drop the F-bomb?
I'm sorry.
That's not going to go too good on the campaign trail.
I'm sorry. I get excited about stuff. Do you not realize that sometimes you have to do bad things to get good results?
And you believe this?
We have to believe it. Why? Because we have to do whatever is necessary to eradicate Trump from the White House. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong, if it's good or bad. It has to be done.
I'll tell you what
Because the end result is the most important thing.
Well, slow down now and quit banging on my table. You know, it doesn't...
I'm sorry. Do you understand how mad that
I
man
know you're
makes us?
sexually frustrated, but you got to talk to your husband about that.
I'm sorry, Buffy. I'm sorry. I dropped the F-bomb, but I just get so mad. You know, I'm so sorry. Nick, how are you doing tonight? I want to say thank you. Last time I had Vader in and I had Fortnite. I wonder where all those people are.
Well, how's your buddy Ruth doing? Have you heard anything about her? And this is her third day missing. Did you send her some flowers? What's going on there?
I did not send Ruth any flowers. I'm not sure she's the type of person that would like flowers. I think she would like, maybe like a box of rocks or something like that, or something that's, not very feminine and not very caring. She's a very, I wouldn't say a cold person, but I would say she's a very
Give her a box of no-dos.
Well, we probably need to get her something to speed her up a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. No-dos. That's what you get her. Then she won't be sleeping in there.
Maybe that's what we need. I don't know. I worry about her, and I worry so much because we can't allow Trump to get a third one. Nobody gets 3.
Oh, I think he's going to get 3 or 4.
Trump got 2 scoops of ice cream when everybody else only got 1. Do you remember that?
Now he's got 2 picks from the Supreme Court.
He got 2 scoops of ice cream.
He's fixing to triple scoop that baby.
He got 2 scoops of ice cream when everybody else got 1.
He's the president.
That's the kind of person.
You're in his house.
And now he wants 3 when everybody else gets 2.
You bastards would have wanted sprinkles on yours.
It's absolutely crazy.
Will this craziness stop?
Buffy says, how about we get her a headstone? Well, now, Buffy, that's not very nice. That's terrible. I can't even respond to that. And Tamara says, you're wrong. I don't know what I'm wrong about. I think I'm pretty right. I have to think I'm right. I'm in a war, guys. I'm in a battle for the American people. And I will have to say and do whatever it takes. If I have to claim that I'm a Cherokee Indian...
You already did that one. You got back up. You already did that one.
But I might have to claim I'm an astronaut. Maybe I should go with Viking. People in America like Vikings. That Viking show is pretty popular. Should I claim to be a Viking?
You claim whatever you want to claim. We know it's all going to be a lie.
Hold on a second.
I don't want to be what do they call that? Cultural inappropriation. But I think you Indian need to, if you got any Indian, you need to slow your roll down a little bit over there.
Are you professing that there is an alcohol problem on Native American lands?
You bet your bippy. There is,
and it's caused by Trump.
Oh yeah,
Trump has caused the Native Americans to be. He's the one that put them on the reservations. Did you know that?
Well, I'm sure he started the Trail of Tears too.
I think he did. His father was in the KKK. His grandfather was a pimp and a hustler. Where does it end? And now Donald Trump Jr. He's on the same path. Did you see that he said that a fence on the southern border is like a fence in a zoo to keep keep out the animals. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't see that one.
That's terrible. I don't even know if he said it, but we're going to lean on it as the Democrats, and we're going to ride that thing into 2020. We are going to do anything we can to destroy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore, Juan. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, let's go back to our question.
So what are the questions you have?
So, let's see.
How are you doing tonight, Eric? If anybody has any questions for me, I'll be more than happy to answer them. I'll be more than happy to talk about anything you would like. I'm a professor.
Okay, you're not taking over. You're not taking over to the show here, buddy. So pipe down.
I am a guest host.
You are a guest host, but you've been running your mouth too much. What do you think about the new leadership of the Democratic Party? Being not just Nancy, but the whole new whatever caucus they're calling that. Do you know your own party? What do they call that?
You know what? I think it is a breath of fresh air. We've got so many young people. And now we've got the Muslims. Oh my God, it's going to be a glorious thing. The Muslims are going to come in. The Muslims are going to make things right. Who cares if they put their hand on a Bible or a Quran or a law book or a coloring book? Who cares what they put their hand on?
I think they did use a coloring book for one of them.
I think the Muslims, people often say that the Muslims can't follow the Quran and the Constitution. You've heard them say that, right, Juan?
No, I've heard them say that.
I know, and it's a flawed argument. It doesn't make any sense because we're going to rewrite the Constitution anyways. So we'll just put some of the stuff from the Quran in it and make everybody happy except for the crazy conservatives.
I think that'll be over Trump's dead body.
Jim, how are you doing tonight? I just want to say,
Jim, I could use some help down here. My guest is a little off the chain.
I want to say that now that we've got the Muslims with their hands on the Qurans and the coloring books, and they're standing up. Now, I don't understand. I'm a little perplexed. I don't understand how the Muslims can fight for both women's rights and for the Quran because they don't always go together. But somehow, some way, I know these lovely ladies that drop F-bombs and spit and cuss. He's not my friend. I know that they're great people, and they will somehow make it work even if their husbands at home whip the shit out of them and tell them exactly what they're going to do when they get on the Congress floor. You know that's what happened. You know the sons in those families are telling their moms, the congresswomen, what exactly to do because that's how the Muslim world works.
Oh, so back up. So you're saying that these women are this sounds like something out of your friend Hillary's playbook. That the women only voted for Trump because their husbands and their boyfriends and figures and their male figures around them voted for Trump instead of for her. Is that your basis that you're going on right now?
Juan, I am not having a basis. I am saying that it's adamantly true that the Democratic Muslims are going to help save this country.
Oh, no.
Do you not understand that?
You can't even keep a straight face for that. You can't even keep a straight face for that one.
I'm sorry.
Jim says go to bed, Elizabeth. You're drunk. Don't do that to her husband. He don't want her to bed.
Do you know how hard it is for me and Nancy and Chuck and all the other nutbags to keep a straight face and keep selling this shit over and over that we know is not true, but we have to sell it because we have to destroy Trump. I keep saying it, and nobody will understand it. We must destroy Trump, even if we have to lie.
Yeah, Nancy.
No. Hold on. I'm gonna finish this. In the Quran, this is where the Muslims are gonna help us out. And you gotta understand this. It's a long play. It's long. In the Quran, it says that you can lie to your enemies. You can lie in order to get what you want. It says that in the Quran. So the Muslims are bringing that into the Democratic Party, and we are going to lie and lie and lie until we get Trump out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's no collusion.
Sure, go ahead.
It's, you can't be campaigning when you're explaining. When you're explaining, you can't be complaining and campaigning. So, in other words, while we're trying to like throw all these daggers at Trump and he's got to explain them, he can't be out there at rallies and he can't be doing all that stuff. So we're going to keep making him explain, so he cannot campaign, because we know when he's out campaigning, he will wipe the floor with us. We understand that. So our whole political strategy is we're going to keep putting pressure on him so he can't campaign. He's got to explain.
Nobody doesn't going to explain anything.
He says, have another drink of firewater. I'm drinking some Michelob Ultra here. This is my drink of choice since on my last video. I didn't really have a beer, but we thought it would be kind of an easy way to relate to the American public. So my prop master, the guy who was actually shooting the video, you thought it was with my phone, but it was really, in the background, there was a whole bunch of other people there, so they handed me a Michelob Ultra, and I popped them like, oh, okay.
I thought you were a Dos Equis girl.
I don't. No. Now I will say that I think Schumer is the most interesting man in the world. I think Chuck Schumer is the most interesting man in the world. Have you ever noticed he actually looks like Butthead from Beavis and Butthead? Have you ever noticed that?
Just about as much as Joe Biden looks like Walter, that dummy that the trend looks using. You ever seen him?
Yeah. Janet says, I won't be able to talk tomorrow. She says, I won't be able to talk. Well, I've got to talk because I've got to stop the Trump train. Even if I have to have one of those computerized things like Stephen Hawking did, I will keep talking and stop Trump at all costs. Now, if you guys could hit that share button, and if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button on this page, I'd greatly appreciate it. I want to do my part for Cliff. I know he's not with our team, but I want to do my part because he was nice enough to allow me to step in here. So what other questions do you have for me tonight, Juan?
Well, how's the campaigning going? You were the first to announce, so how's it been going? You getting a lot of donations? Have you been telling a lot of lies?
Well, you know what? Lies is a very fluid word. Well, at this stage, you just talk, and whatever comes out, then you just substantiate somehow with some Google searches. That's how it kind of works these days. I just say stuff that I think people want to hear, and then my people, they go on the Google and they find out, they just find some thread or some study or some forum that says that that's right. So that's kind of how we substantiate things in the new world of politics.
Is your throat hurt yet there?
My throat does not hurt, no. I'm drinking plenty of beer to keep it.
He's keeping it well. She's keeping it well oiled. I can assure you that.
Yeah. How's it going?
So,
I see Tom's here. Tom, how are you doing?
Okay, trying to suck up to my watchers and Cliff's. But are you going to use the same glass ceiling that Hillary used if you make it that far? Because what is it up to now? 31, 32 people are running?
I don't even, I only can concern myself with the one person that's running that's important, and that's me. Now,
well, that's the way all you politicians feel.
I know. There's some people out there that have some really, really good ideas. A lot of people say it's a good thing that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is only 29. She's got 6 years till she can run. So I'm predicting in 2024, maybe she'll be the next president. I don't know. But right now, we've got a lot of people that have some good ideas. But I think I'm the person that can put all the good ideas together. And maybe what I should do, are you allowed to have 34 vice presidents?
No.
You don't
have one.
You don't think that? So what if
I heard that you were going to run and pick Hillary Clinton as your vice president running mate. Is there any truth in this?
Well, we can't speak about things like that because as soon as you bring up the word Hillary, things change a little bit. The whole dynamics change. It's almost like a political twilight zone. So now I'm not going to mention Hillary. I'm not going to mention any names because it's too soon to tell. But I'm going to go on the platform of one president, 34 vice presidents. That'll be my whole cabinet, and I'll just bring everybody with me.
I don't think that's really going to work out because there's probably not enough chairs to put them all behind you as the first female president. So I think you might want to rethink that part of your campaign.
We as Democrats are very, very, I guess you would say, flexible people when it comes to like gender and sex. So everybody can just get all snuggly. It can be like one big twister game behind me. Just one big twister game of all my vice presidents. We can have Mrs. Obama up there. We can have Oprah. We can have Kamala Harris. We can have Cory Booker. And they can all be like doing a train and rubbing and grinding. It can look like a village people of vice presidents with me standing out there as the leader. Because I am the leader. Even if I lie, I can lie better than them all. It proves that I should be the leader.
Well, that didn't work out too good for Hillary. So I wish you all best of luck on that adventure of having that many vice presidents. But so what will you be running on? What will your platform be? Is it
anti-Trump? That's what we all have to run on. Have you not been listening? How long have we been on here? We've been on here like 33 minutes.
Well, see, that's the
same. That's the whole platform.
Calm down.
We have to.
That's not really a new thing. The party's been doing it for 2 years now. Are y'all going to let this horse die or what?
Okay, obviously, Juan, you don't know anything about the political game. The person who can outing Trump is the winner. Whoever is the most anti-Trump is the winner. You know, in the old days, you used to have better ideas, and you used to have better, communication skills, and you used to have a better ground game, and you used to have more money. All that doesn't matter at all anymore. The only thing that matters is how much can you damage and destroy Trump, and whoever lands the most blows, can fight him the hardest, is the winner. Do you not understand that?
Yeah, I understand that, but I see here on the
that
you have been sleeping around for campaign contributions. Is there any truth in this?
I'm going to have another beer. So, cheers, everybody. Sleeping around for campaign contributions. I think you got that backwards. I've been paid not to sleep with people. That's how it is.
Oh, that's what the was.
Yeah,
okay, I got it.
That's another thing of fake news. Fake news says I'm sleeping with people for campaign contributions. That's not anywhere factually true. I'm not sleeping with people, and that's what makes it legal. You can do anything. You cannot do anything and get campaign contributions. It's when you do something and get the campaign contributions. So I have not been sleeping with anybody.
Holy moly. She's on her second one.
Oh,
we're rolling now.
If anybody has any questions, now, Ricky says, was your father the chief Navajo Kimosabe? Do you see these cheekbones?
Yeah. What'd your papa tell you about those cheekbones?
Do you see these cheekbones?
They're Elizabeth.
Do you see?
Can I call you Beth?
Ed, how are you doing tonight? Do you see these cheekbones? You cannot call me Beth. You can refer to me as Miss Senator. I'd appreciate it, Miss Senator. I need all that mojo here. These cheekbones are high cheekbones. I remember Papa said he couldn't get married to Mama because of the Indian blood. So these cheekbones are evidence of that. You say it's 1/64th or 1/1024th. I say it's enough. That's what I say. Does anybody else have any more questions? What tribe are your ancestors? Well, I once was told this, and it made me laugh. I'm from the Slapaho tribe.
I thought you were going to be from the Moti tribe.
I'm from the Slapaho tribe.
You know the Moti tribe, right?
No.
Yeah, they used to work at Morrison's. They'd come by your table. Moti.
I'm from the Slapaho tribe. Now, that's a little unknown tribe, and that's why I think that this whole Indian thing is blowing out of proportion, because people don't even know about the Slapaho tribe.
Boy, if that's not the truth. So does that happen a lot, or with that name of the tribe?
The Slapaho tribe?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I grew up around the whole Indian thing. So, for me, it was just second nature, cheekbones, slap a hoe, every once in a while we'd make some cornmeal, sometimes I'm like a Tourette's Indian. I'm like there, and all of a sudden I'll be talking, I'll be mid-sentence, it's like a Tourette's Indian. It's a really crazy thing, and it hurts me. It hurts me dearly that the American people can't find it in their hearts to go along with my make-believe story. Do you understand? Harvard accepted it. Why won't the American people?
Yeah, you see what Harvard's doing nowadays too, don't you? What they're churning out.
Harvard, Harvard is its own place. Not a lot of conservatism going on there. But does anybody else have any other questions?
Jim says that Cliff's going to get thrown back in Facebook jail over this.
Well, I can't imagine why.
I don't know why either. I mean, we've been keeping it real. I mean, we haven't been discourteous for you. We've kept your alcohol flowing to you for this guest host spot. So I can't understand why Facebook would want to throw Cliff in jail when he's not even here.
Gloria says she's going to miss me again. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be on this campaign trail. Now, if you mean you're going to miss Cliff, I would miss him too. Even though he's only got one testicle and he's a conservative Republican, I'm going to miss him too because I think he's a good guy. And that's why I really wish you guys would hit the like button and like his page. He needs, he's got more followers following this broadcast right now than I had on my Instagram. And I'm running for president. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Maybe I need to hire him as my campaign manager.
Well, Elizabeth, I'm not going to say I'm not going to wish you luck, and I'm not going to say I am going to wish you luck. But
I don't need luck. What I need, and it's what everybody needs, it's what all the Democrats pray for. Not a lot of us Democrats believe in God, and I'm not saying I do, but, if I were to pray to whatever, now I know the Muslims, they're praying to Allah, and, and they're just praying that they don't get battery acid thrown on them for disrespecting their husbands and stuff like that. But if I were to pray, I would pray that the Mueller investigation just drags on and on and on and on. And have you ever been on an icy road and your brakes don't work? That's what we gotta pray the Mueller investigation's like. That it just goes on and on and on, and it's just going downhill, and the hill doesn't end until 2020. That's the prayer. That's the Democrat prayer.
Did you know that they investigated
hold on. Oh,
wait a minute.
There's a question. Ricky, I want to put this to bed immediately. Is it true that Hillary and I were lovers? We never loved each other, but we had a lot of fun sometimes on some political campaign things. If you know what I mean. I didn't love her, but I liked what she did to me. Do you understand? You don't have to love somebody for them to make you feel good.
So what are you saying? You two are bumping uglies or what?
Well, it's pretty ugly, but I don't want to get into the details. I don't want to. I don't think it's kissing and telling. It's more like I don't know what do you call that? It's like I don't know what to show it. It's like I don't know. It's like a.
All right, let's go on the next question. You're getting too much around it. Okay, we got one question here, and they want to know if you could toast with your beer the confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh. Would you feel right doing that?
I absolutely can't do that.
Well, let's go ahead and do that.
He's a pure alcoholic, and beer is terrible. You understand what I'm saying? Now, that in itself is hypocrisy at its highest level. Did you see that? Beer is terrible. You know what's really crazy? drink.
Is your mustache?
I don't even drink, but I'm going to drink this for this skit. All right, do we have any other questions? Hillary is going to get me. Hillary, I saw this post and I reposted, and I don't know if you saw it.
Stay out of the woods, you'll be all right.
It was a Halloween special. It had Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th with a machete. It had Freddy Krueger with his hand glove spikes. It had Michael Myers, and it had Hillary. And it said, who has the most kills? I thought that was kind of funny.
That's crazy.
So what other questions do you have for me, Juan?
Well, I'm wanting to know, how much have you raised since you've started? I mean, is it a mum's the word on it, or you can't report on $25 that soon? What's the deal?
I haven't put out the campaign finance reports yet. And you know, the campaign contributors, I mean Soros, doesn't really decide who to pay until it's narrowed down a little bit. So there's about 35 of us. So Soros doesn't start giving us our money, I'm guessing, until we get down to about 10. And then when there's 10, Soros will start giving out all of his money, and then we'll be at Papa Warbucks, house, we'll be doing his bidding. But really, the money doesn't start flowing until we get narrowed down to 10, and that's when Soros really starts writing the checks.
Okay, well, I got a question for you, but I have somebody out here that says that you were just on my show throwing up racial signs, making racial gestures. So if you could keep that down to a minimum, I sure would appreciate it.
You mean gang signs, or what am I doing?
No, it's you know what you're doing, and you're trying to mess up the show, so just knock it off.
Okay, I won't do it anymore.
What about the wall?
When I did this, I was referring back to our conversation about Hillary.
What do you think about the wall? Are you for or against?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, you can ask me any question you want.
Is Trump for it or against it?
Trump is definitely for it.
Then I'm against it. It doesn't matter. I used to be for the wall. I supported Democrats that needed jobs and lived here in America. But now I have to be against it because Trump is for it. We keep going. This is just a big circle. It's just a big circle. People don't understand that. If Trump is for it, I'm against it. So you don't even have to ask the questions. If you ask Trump the questions, you'll get my answers. It's absolutely the opposite. But do you have any other questions?
So you're going to run your campaign on the way the rest of the whole Democratic Party is running them now? If Trump wants it, it's not going to ever happen, and we're going to make sure that it doesn't?
Absolutely. That is the top of the campaign playbook for the Democrats. Now, Bocapona Florence, did I pronounce that right? Bocapona?
It looks like it.
He said, are you still bitter Trump didn't grab your feline? Well, I'm going to ask you, how do you know he didn't? How do you know he didn't? Remember, stars just do whatever they want. So we'll leave it at that. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
Okay, Elizabeth, I got another question from Janet here. She wants to know if you're planning on repaying the government all the money back that you got for your non-heritage Indian rights.
Now, okay, that is a very valid question. That's a very valid question, but the answer is simply no, because it's my money. I got that money, whether I lied for it, or whether I stole it, or whether I got it through valid reasons. It's my money. That's how Democrats feel when it comes to entitlements. It's just a glorified entitlement. Some people get welfare, some people get free Obama phones, some people get all kinds of things that they don't deserve. That's the American way. I just happen to get millions of them. Don't you understand that? It's mine. I got it. Next question.
So what you're actually saying is no, you will not be giving any of that money back.
No, who would I give it back to?
Oh, well, you could give it back to a lot of different things.
That's silly. I need that money to support my lifestyle. Go on. What's another question? You have any other questions? I'm here. We got another, 12, 13 minutes? I don't know if my voice can hold out a whole lot longer.
Well, just take a swig there for a second there, and we'll come up with something.
Gosh, if you'll excuse me for a minute, Juan, I'll be right back. I gotta go clean this up.
Okay. Well, guys, I know it's been delightful having a big celebrity on the show tonight. as our guest, but as you can see,
I'm back. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, as you can see, her story is whatever Trump's for, she's again.
Okay. Sarah says it's my money and I want it now. That's right.
This ain't no finance commercial, so y'all can forget that.
And Bo Capone says, what do I identify as? Well,
a drunk.
A long time ago, like, when I say a long time ago, I mean like 2 years ago. If you had a vagina, you were a girl. If you had a penis, you're a boy. But magically, through the internet and the constant campaigning for rights of crazy people, we have decided that what hangs between your legs doesn't matter anymore. And see, we've pushed that onto the American people. That's one of the things that I was talking about earlier, that even if it's a lie, we just have to push the lie for the greater good. And the greater good is that 0.152% of the people might feel a little better about themselves. But most likely those people are going to commit suicide because the suicide rate in the transgender, which I refuse to go along with Cliff Gephardt's version. He wants to call it pseudo-gender, which means fake, false, or not real. I say that's absolutely wrong. They're trans. But you have to understand, I am not identifying myself any longer. I am fluid. I am whatever I want to be. If tomorrow I want to be.
You have to pick one, Barbara says. What is your pronoun? Are you Senator Elizabeth Warren female? Are you going to change that for the election? Are you going to just tell any lie possible to get what you want?
I will say this. I will not be like this Michelob Ultra here. I will not, and I refuse to be put in a box. I refuse to be put in a box. I am whatever I want to be on the day I want to be it. It doesn't matter what science says. It doesn't matter what social norms say. It says that if tomorrow I wake up and I want to be HR puffing stuff, well, gosh darn it, I'm puffing stuff. Do you understand that?
Yeah, it sounds like the way you all think. Okay, now let's tackle a big one here on your plate. And I know you're going to be asked this question, very serious question here. We've been joking around, but what is your position on global warming?
Well,
take a swig and think about it.
This is tough. Global warming is absolutely real. But now we don't call it global warming anymore because that was hard to prove. We call it climate change. Now, do you see what we did there? We said global warming. Oh, that's hard to sell. It's like if you were selling something at a department store and nobody wanted to buy it, we don't just throw it away. You name it something else, you put it on sale, and you unload that shit. Don't you understand? So we took the global warming and we repackaged it. We put a new label on it. We lowered the price, and then we sold it as climate change. So yeah, there's a climate change, yeah. Even the Republicans believe that the climate's changed. Sometimes it's hotter, sometimes it's colder. Stuff's changing.
That's called the weather, my friend, and it does change every day.
Okay, well, hold on. We got some other questions here. Ricky says, who will pay for all the free shizit? Well, this is why they invented the new math. You know the math that the kids are learning in school now, and they call it new math. And it's not like the old math where you took 4 and a 7 and you added them up and it was 11. No, now once you take boxes and you move them around, and pretty soon the 4 and the 7, you add them up to be 92, and you divide them by 7 and you subtract out 4, and you come up with some number that may or may not be 11. So what we've done is we've pushed the new math on the American public in their young years when they're in middle school and high school. So in about 10 years, they won't understand math anymore. And that's when we really suck them into the whole 70%. We don't let them know what the
them they have to start out with algebra before they do their times tables, huh?
Yeah, so
that's the way it's going to work?
So what we are doing is we are dumbing down society so they don't know what to think, and then we slip it past them. So how are we going to pay with all the free shit? New math! Come on! We thought about this 25 years ago. We've been doing the long play on this. Okay, what other questions do we have?
Well, I don't know how he says his name here, but Boca Pond Florence says that he's a dog. Will you take a dog's vote?
You know what?
Would you take a vote from the canine community? Would you have the canine community support you?
I would take a vote from a canine if it was a chihuahua that came into the country illegally and snuck under Trump's wall. I would take that vote because it's better for the country. If we take all votes, it doesn't matter whose votes we count. We just need to count them and count as many as we can in the low income and in the Democrat Party areas. Don't you understand that? It doesn't matter. Okay. Now let me. Since there's no more questions,
there is another question. Barbara wants to know if you're going to recycle those bottles to stop the global warming or climate change that you've now done. Changed it to us so we're on the page.
I'm going to do better than that, Gloria. I am going to do better than that because I care. I care. I care deep down, Gloria. I care deep down. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to take away this bottle from a hardworking American. I'm not going to do it. So what I'm going to do is when I'm done with this, I'm going to throw this shit in the trash. And then there's a guy that rides a bike down my alley once a day, and he picks stuff out that he needs. And he's going to take this bottle, and he's going to return it somewhere. I don't know.
Maybe he'll drive to Michigan to get that 5 cents back.
I just talk about doing the right thing. I don't actually do it. I fly around on jets, and I'm burning AC in my house. I don't actually do anything. But I'm sure the guy, I have no idea what his name is, he's going to recycle the cans and the bottles in my dumpster. So that's how I'm giving back. I'm not going to be so greedy that I skip the middleman and don't give it to the hardworking American. I'm not just going to take this to the recycling bin. I'm going to give it to somebody so they can take it to the recycling bin and get the economic benefit of that. I hope you understand.
You're a real sweetheart there, Elizabeth. Okay, do you know who AOC is?
Oh my God. I almost was going to claim that I was Latino. But I'd already tried the whole Indian thing, so I couldn't come out with the whole Latino thing. And I was going to claim that she was my long-lost daughter. Alexandria is the most cutting-edge person that I've ever met. Now, when I say cutting-edge, I mean batshit crazy. But she's cutting-edge. So, yeah, what was the question? I got all flustered when you mentioned her.
Well, what do you think about him using 3 letters to identify her? Who does she think she is? Celine Dion or like Elvis? Does she think she can be known by just 3 initials? I can give you the 3 initials. P.O.S.
For a while I didn't even know who she was. I knew it was Alexandria or Alex or Ocasio or was it Cortez? Alexandria, Ocasio-Cortez or what? I didn't even know.
Now when she gets married, does she add a 4th name to that?
Oh, no, we don't take men's names any longer. That's so 2010. Women are modern. We don't take men's names anymore. That's terrible to even think. See, that is your Republican conservative thinking. Why should a woman take a man's name? Why wouldn't a man take a woman's name? Why?
I'm not taking no woman. I'm too old.
Why not? Why not?
Well, it's just, I guess there's no answer for that one either in the crazy world we live in.
We got about 3 minutes.
Are you transgender? One of our Ricky would like to know.
I'm not going to answer that because I am whatever I am today. But I'll tell you what. Just to make your fans happy, yes, today I'm a man. But tomorrow I might be back to my old vagina-having woman self. But today I'm going to pretend and fantasize that I have a penis. So if I can have my fantasies, I demand that you buy into them. I demand that you accept that I have a penis, even if I don't have one. Do you understand that? Even if I don't have a penis, you need to accept and believe that I do. That makes sense, doesn't it?
No, it makes no sense whatsoever, and you're just rambling on now.
That's why you conservatives have such narrow minds. Narrow minds. You can't think outside the box. We are so.
That's because all the homeless people are sleeping in the box.
You guys are so narrow-minded. See, we're these free-thinking, perspectives, and we're very progressive, and we come up with ideas that don't even make sense. They're so progressive. That's the difference.
Oh yeah, y'all have a new app out in San Francisco. I see you can put on your phone. Tells you what streets not to go in, so you can make sure you don't step in a big old pile of it, or get it on your shoes, or needle trail or whatever. Can you believe that's an app on your phone?
What's the app
San Francisco? I don't know what it's called. But they have it.
I'm out in San Francisco all the time campaigning, so I'm gonna have to figure out what that app is because I gotta go where the money is.
Probably the scoop on the poop. If I was gonna call it an app.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got about 1 minute left, so I just want to end with this, guys. I want to just say I want to thank you for having me on tonight. I want to thank you for sharing this moment with me and getting to know me a little better. And I hope you appreciate my honesty. I hope you appreciate, some of the clarity I was willing to give to you when it comes to, the Elizabeth Warren position. I want you to know that I love America as long as the America is free of Donald Trump. I can't have it. But guys, my name is Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas 2020. If you have any other questions, go to Pocahontas 2020, Elizabeth Warren. I don't care. Find me somehow. Let me know how batshit crazy I really am. You guys have a wonderful night. Have a good one.
All right, guys, we're going to end it right here. And next week, we will have another guest on, and it will be Miss Speaker of the House now?
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi will be joining us, and we are going to make sure that she brings her denture cream because nobody wants to listen to all that slap jawing she's got going on.
All right, guys, have a good night.